Hey now, take a step outside and seize the
Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician for over 10 years. So as you've seen from the title of the video, this video is all about the Myolift Mini. Before we get into this video, guys, if you haven't noticed, my eyes don't look the same. Well, for those of you who have been here along on the journey of my channel, you've met my precious little doggy, little Miss Molly. Well, I've mentioned on here, in several videos that, Miss Molly's been keeping us up at night and stuff. And well, Miss Molly is not doing too well, guys. She's really sick right now, and she's in a lot of pain and stuff, and we're thinking, like, this is probably going to be it for Miss Molly. I will find out tomorrow, so I have been, like, really sad. I'm gonna try to hold it together, but, she's 14 years old, and she's lived a long life. I don't like crying on video, so I'm sorry, but it's really hard for me because she's like my child, and she's so precious and so sweet, and she hasn't been sweet or precious anymore because she's in a lot of pain. So tomorrow it may be the last day with her. It's really hard. Okay, so I'm okay. But I will keep you guys posted on what we decide to do. I wasn't gonna make this video, but I know a lot of you have been waiting for it, and I've been promising it, and it's been really rough because we're having a hard time with Molly. She keeps me up all night long and stuff, so it's been like tough to like come on here and be happy and put out content and everything. So I apologize. Okay. All right. So I finally filmed my updated routine using the Myolift Mini. Okay. This is the full routine all in real time. Okay. So it's, going through erase mode, going through education mode, and I did it on both sides. So for those of you who want to follow along, you can. Now I'm going to try to control the ads because I noticed that YouTube's been popping ads mid-roll through my videos, and I only have it set up to do ads at the beginning because I get quite annoyed with that, but sometimes I have no control over it. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that doesn't happen for you guys. So now, best things to do before your microcurrent treatment. 1, hydration. Remember, drink 8 to 16 ounces of water, like 30 to 45 minutes before your treatment, because that's when your body registers when it's hydrated. But you should be drinking water all the time and keeping your body hydrated if you want to see a big difference with this device. Also, facial massage is really important because there's like a couple things that contribute to this treatment, why you're not seeing results. So 1 is probably because you're not hydrated. 2, you have a lot of tension in your face and your neck and your shoulders that needs to be worked out. And if you're not working that tension out, you are not going to see that great of results with microcurrent because it's working in the muscles. And in order to see those results, that tension has to be released. Another thing, maybe you're not using the proper current setting. You have to play around with your current settings with the Myolift Mini. And remember that if you feel muscle twitching or if you really feel that current, that means that the current is too strong and it's decreasing ATP, cellular energy, and you want to lower that current. And remember, the higher the current isn't always better, okay? You have to work your way up, and you can the way it's better is when it's higher, only if your muscles in your skin can tolerate it. But if you feel it, if it feels bitey, you're seeing the muscle twitching, then that means that the current is too strong, and turn it down. You will still get a good lift. Another thing that I recommend that helps before your treatment is to do red LED light therapy. Now, I have the Aduro 7-in-1 contour mask here. My favorite setting to use before I perform any microcurrent treatment is skin booster mode, and that's red LED with infrared. And for those of you who are worried about using infrared or near infrared, so Aduro does not have near infrared. It only has infrared. That's the only type I like. I do not like near infrared, and I've mentioned this several times why. But there's also the wrinkle reducer, which is just red LED light therapy. So you can use that. Now, red LED light therapy helps prep your tissues. It warms up the muscles and it gets that ATP going because red LED light therapy increases ATP, that's cellular energy, which you want. Next thing is your conductive gel. So the two I have here is the Sculpla Promoter Collagen Gel, and then I have the Myolift Restore. So when I'm using the Myolift Mini, I love to use the Restore Conductive Gel because it has a thicker consistency. So with the pinch and hold technique with the Myolift, I find that a thicker consistency gel really helps you get a better grip on the muscles versus the Sculpla Conductive Gel. However, I do like this one better for my skin because I do get, I break out, you know, right here on the sides of my mouth from the Myolift. And it could be the hyaluronic acid, it could be the zinc that's in here, but I never used to, but ever since I had that, I found out that my skin reacts to hyaluronic acid. It seems like, you know, every time I use the gel now, I get some sort of bumps. So make sure you have the proper conductive gel, and remember, do not use aloe gel. I mentioned that in my device routine video. Do not use aloe gel for your conductive gel, okay? It's going to irritate and cause a lot of inflammation in your skin, and it will not conduct properly. You need minerals in these conductive gels. There's a reason for them. And make sure if you're looking for alternative gels that it has proper ingredients in it. A lot of times the conductive gels have minerals like zinc in it to get conductivity, okay? Another thing that's really important is you want to make sure that you have a good oil-free cleanser or a cleanser that has minimal oil in it. And I have found a new cleanser that I absolutely love. So if you guys remember me mentioning, I think it was a couple videos back that I found a new gel cleanser. And this is the Youth to the People Kale Green Tea Spinach and Vitamins Cleanser. I received 2 samples of this in my Sephora order, and I tried it and I love it. It doesn't dry out my skin like the others have. It's $38 for 8 ounces, and a little bit goes a long way. Now this has a really nice fresh herbal scent to it, but it's not too strong, but there is a scent to it, just so you guys know. But this is my favorite so far, and there's no oil in it. There's glycerin in it. No drying on the skin. Works perfect with all my devices, so I really, really love it. Another tip for you, so if you want to like try to use less conductive gel, have a water bottle nearby. You can use your toner or your mist. Just make sure that, you know, you're not overlapping ingredients, or that you're not, you know, using a toner that has like acids in it while you're performing this treatment. I just fill up my spray bottle that I got from the MBK Curve, and I have Fiji water in here. You want water that has mineral content in it, so it gives you good conductivity. And I do not recommend tap water because, you know, there's chlorine and other nasties in there. So that's what I do. Now, if you guys have any questions on this treatment, please list them down below in the description box, or sorry, in the comment box. And I am going to close out here. You guys are going to now go into that demo video. It's a long demo video, but this is what you guys requested, so I made the time to do it. And yeah, I wish you guys all a very wonderful rest of your day. Sending you all so much love and light, and Happy New Year, because I probably won't see you until next year. And please send us all your, you know, positive vibes and prayers and thoughts that, you know, for Miss Molly. And I need it too myself, because this is like a very, very hard decision that is weighing on my heart. And yeah. All right, guys, I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Hi everyone, Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the updated tutorial of the Myolift Mini. Now, I have already cleansed my skin and did a 20-minute skin booster mode, which is red LED light therapy and infrared light on my face prior to the treatment. So after I cleansed, I put on the light for 20 minutes and prepped my skin tissues for this treatment, and I found a new gel cleanser. This is the Youth to the People Kale Green Tea Spinach and Vitamins Cleanser. I have been loving this cleanser. There's no oil in it. It doesn't dry out my skin like the Lemieux was. So new favorite cleanser for my devices. Okay, so now that my skin is all fresh and clean and prepped for this treatment, I haven't done facial massage today because I'm clearing up this rash that I had over here on the sides of my mouth. I figured out what it was from. I was using a new toothpaste and I thought that I got the fluoride-free version, and I didn't. It had fluoride in it, and I'm allergic to fluoride, so that's why I was always breaking out in this rash. So, all right, so I'm going to turn my Myolift Mini on, and I'm going to set the time for 40 minutes. Now, it's not going to take us 40 minutes to do this treatment, but however, I just put the timer up to 40 minutes because, just so I don't have to worry about the timer running out. Now, I always start out with Erase Level 1, so I just switched it. And I am going to increase the intensity to 185, okay? So what I like to do with my sessions, since I'm just like really starting again from the beginning with microcurrent, is I'll bump it up by 5 each time I do it. And then if I feel the current, or if I get muscle twitching, or if it feels uncomfortable, I will decrease the intensity, okay? So now that I have this all set up, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do Erase Level 1 on the forehead. We're going to do our 11s with the Erase Level 1, and then I'm going to switch it to Erase Level 2 and use that here for the crow's feet. So I'll do the crow's feet right through here and right here. And then Level 2 I will use on my lips, my lower lip, and on my chin, and then I have a couple of wrinkles over here I'll work on. Then I'm going to switch it to Erase Level 1 again and use it on my neck. Now, I do not use Educate on my neck because my neck has a lot of tension in it, especially these last couple weeks. Like, I have a lot of tension in my neck this week. Yeah, it's just really bad, and I've been trying to work it out, and it's been really, really tough because I have to do these certain stretches and stuff. I have to go in and see the chiropractor, and my chiropractor's out. So a lot of things. And then I'm going to do Educate everywhere else, okay? And I'll tell you as I'm switching it up. Now, if it sounds a little funny, I do have a heater down here below, and I'm going to kind of turn it a little bit because it's now getting a little bit too warm. But it's really cold here where I live. Well, it's cold for me, and it's really cold in my bathroom. So I'm going to be using the Restore Conductive Gel from 7E Wellness. So my pump broke on this one, so I'm just going to take a dollop out and put it in my little dish that I have here. Just take the excess off on the brush here. So here is my conductive gel. Now, I do love this conductive gel for using it with the Myolift devices, especially the Mini, because I feel like it gets a better grip because of the consistency. Now, my face is a little bit dry right now because it's been a while since I washed my skin, so I'm just spraying it with some mineral water, okay? So now let's apply our conductive gel. So I apply my conductive gel in sections, okay? So I'm going to apply the first one here on my forehead because that's where we're going to be working. And I'm going to keep my trusty water bottle here by my side because in case the gel dries up, that's what I'm going to rehydrate it with because I like to try to limit the amount of hyaluronic acid that I use on my skin as much as possible. So now I have my Myolift all set up. I'm going to press run and you'll see the blinking bar. So I put my mini somewhere where I could see it, keep my eye on that conductive bar to make sure I always have conduction. And when I start out on my forehead, I am going to work the fine lines in the forehead with erase mode, okay? So when you're using erase mode, you can do 3 to 10 passes, okay? And what you do is on your forehead is you aim on, you want to make sure that you try not to touch the probes together, because it takes away from the conductivity. And, you know, however, it will happen, okay? So just don't be nervous about it, and it's nothing to get upset about if they do touch, because it happens to everyone, okay? Even me. So I did 3, so let's do 4. So when you're using erase mode, you want to make sure you get a grip on the skin to where you can feel like you're pulling it apart, but not too much, okay? So I usually do like 6 passes on my forehead. Then I move to the next spot, same thing, 6 passes. Oops, I touched. It's okay, it happens. Especially for me while I'm filming, because I'm looking into the viewfinder of the camera. It's not like I have a mirror right here to do it. So it's a little bit tougher to see. Oops. Okay. Now I'm going to do my 11th. So I start right here in the center of my forehead. And I'm going to do 8 passes. Now when you're doing this, like I said, you grip the skin and you do it semi-quickly. You don't hold at the end of each move, okay? The only time you hold is when you're doing educate mode. Oops, I keep touching, sorry. I think that was 8. Okay, so next I'm going to switch to erase level 2, and I'm gonna up the intensity to 365. Okay, I'm gonna put some conductive gel on my eye area here. And I'll just do the other side too, since these are gonna be quick. Okay, so what you're gonna do is right where your crow's feet are, and you put the probes there, and you're gonna pull this, stretch the skin, okay? Stretch. Oops. And again, when you're using erase mode, remember it's 3 to 10 passes. So I do get some vertical lines here, so I'm going to station 1 probe, and then I'm just going to go across just like this, okay? Really quickly. Okay, now we'll do the other side. Okay. And for those who didn't catch that part, yes, sometimes your probes do click together, and it's perfectly normal. And, you know, so I know some people comment on my videos and kind of yell at me for that, but, you know, it happens. Okay, so I'm just putting some conductive gel here around my mouth. And I'm still keeping it at the intensity level of 365 at level 2. And I just take my probes here and stretch apart the lip to work out those fine lines. Okay, and you go under your lip. Remember, 3 to 10 passes. Okay, we're gonna do the chin. So for my chin, since I have a short chin, I can't do the stretch mode like that. So what I do is I take one probe and put it on my lower lip, and then I just take this probe and go down, okay? Okay, work the depressors and do the same thing. Okay, come over here. Okay, now if you have any other wrinkles you want to work on, you certainly can do that. I gotta remove this conductive gel from my eye. I think I got some in there. It's making it kind of tear up. You can certainly do that. Like if you have the smile line, sometimes what I like to do is take a probe like this. Since they're going vertical, I'll come in here horizontally and just do a couple quick passes for those lines. Okay, I have one right here from looking down at my phone and computer. And I'll take one down below here and I'll just come up like this. Okay, come over here and do a little bit over here. Starting to get a little bumpy, and I think it's from the conductive gel. Sometimes that happens. So I have that same line over here. I'm not getting any conductivity, so I think I don't have enough gel right there. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work my neck. So I just take the gel all over my neck. Again, I do this in sections. So I'm gonna use erase mode on level 1, and I'm going to increase the intensity to 185, okay? And what I like to do for the neck is I just go like this. So I position my probes right in the center, and then I stretch the skin apart, right? So this is gonna help with the fine lines and wrinkles that you see on the neck. Like we get the, the constant banding right here. And that's, that's normal, but sometimes when we age, it becomes a little bit more apparent. So you can go ahead and use erase mode on your neck just like this to help with that. But also what this helps with is relieving neck tension, especially if you're someone that does carry a lot of tension in your neck. I would advise you to avoid using educate mode, like me, because it creates more tension in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna go at an angle to work my sternomasculoid. I always have the hardest time saying that. Sorry. Okay, and I'll just do the same thing on the other side. I'm kind of losing count of how many passes I'm doing. Okay, so same thing on the other side. So the reason why I use a lower current in the areas where you have the thinner skin is because it's hard to get conductivity in there. So if the current is too high, it won't conduct in there, okay? So the neck, the forehead, and underneath the eyes. And underneath the eyes, it's really, really important because that area is so sensitive that you do not want to go anywhere above 300 microamps, okay? So I like some of these other microcurrent devices are going over 300 microamps, and it's not good for your under eye area. Oops, I kind of went off track there. It's okay. Getting a good release of that muscle here. Okay, so next I'm going to go into educate, and I'm going to do educate level 2, and I'm going to increase my intensity up to 375. That's where I'm pretty much at for this right now. Now, for the lifting portion of this, I'm not sure if you guys are really going to notice anything because I do have a lot of tension in my face right now, just a FYI. So I like to do my jaw and then work my way up to my cheek, and then I'll do the snarl 1, snarl 2, and then I'll do the deeper cheek movements. And then I'll come over here and do the same thing on this side, and then I save my eyes for last. So usually when you're doing your treatment, how 70 likes you to do it is you work your way down and then you work your way up. So you work your way down by starting off with erase mode, and then you work your way up by doing educate mode. Okay, so the jawline for me is a little bit tough to pick. So I just take one probe right here, right underneath my jaw, lift, and take the other one, place it on top, and you want to hold for 3 to 5 seconds. And you do this move for 3 to 5 times. Okay. Usually I'll just keep doing the same one. Same side, 1, 2. Okay. And I just do this for 3 times each for 5 seconds. I don't do it any more than that. Okay. I mean, if you wanted to get more lift, you most certainly can. Sometimes it's hard for me to get a grip on my jaw here. Okay. That's why when you're using the Myolift Mini, a thicker conductive gel like Restore is perfect. If you use like the collagen promoter gel from the Sculpla, it's a little bit too thin and you'll keep slipping the probes around. Okay, next I'm going to come right here. This one's a little bit tough for me to grip. Okay, so you can see the lift right there. Okay, so next what I do, start right here, and I go up, and then pinch and hold right here. Okay, next spot, up, and then pinch. And I'm just resting the top probe. I'm not like really like pinching the skin, okay? But you also want to make sure you get a good grip on that muscle. So that's why it's good to go in with your gloves so you can get a feel for your muscles. You can feel like where they are, and that will help you master the probes. Okay, the last one is right here. So remember, like I'm at 375 on Educate, and the Myolift tops out at 400 microamps. If you are not a professional, you cannot get the Myolift 600. If you want to do a more intense treatment, you would book it with your esthetician and then use your Myolift Mini devices at home for maintenance. Okay, so I'm just gonna add just a little bit more gel. Okay, so I'm gonna do my cheeks now. So what I like to do is I like to take the probe, go all the way up underneath my cheek, and then rest one on top. Okay. Now remember, you know, these moves do look different on everybody because everybody's face is shaped differently. Especially like the snarl 1 and snarl 2, it does look different on different people. See how I'm just resting the probe right there on my eye socket? I think that was only 2. I might have messed up there. Oh well. Okay, so I like to come over here and get this back part of my cheek. Okay, so you can see how it looks more defined, looks more lifted already. Okay, so now we're gonna do the snarl 1 and the snarl 2, and then we're gonna do the deeper cheek moves. Okay, so for snarl 1, you are going to rest the probe right on your upper lip right here, and then you take the right where the corner of your lip is, you take the other probe, raise it up just like this, okay? Okay, so this really helps with the marionette lines, and it helps also with your nasolabial folds. So this move always looks different on me than it does everybody else, because I don't have a lot of space or skin. Right here, my skin is thin. Okay, now snarl 2, you want to make sure that you get a good grip on the muscle. So what I like to do is I like to start right here, almost at the center of my chin. Take my probe. Well, first you take one probe and you put it right here on the side of your nose. Do not touch your nose with this probe, okay? And then you take your one probe, and right at the middle of your chin, you're gonna slide it and then turn up. Okay, same thing, slide, and then once you get to the corner of the mouth, the lip, turn up.
Okay, so now we're gonna work the deeper cheek muscles, and when I work my deeper cheek muscles, I'll increase my intensity by 5. So I'm at 380 right now, and you want to you can do that. You don't have to. The reason why is that because these are deeper cheek muscles, and sometimes they could be, you know, a little bit tough to get that current in there. So they respond better to a higher current. But if you feel any uncomfortable, like anything that feels uncomfortable, like you can feel the current and it doesn't feel good to you, or if you get the muscle twitching, decrease your current. Okay, you work your way up to these currents. You don't want to go from, you know, straight from 350 to 400. It may be too much. You work your way up. So what I do is I put one probe in front of my ear, and I take one right here on the bottom of my lip, and I'm going to grip that muscle and pinch it right in here. This will help with the marionette lines too. Okay, do the same thing. Okay, oops, and again. Okay, and move it up a little bit. And next spot, so I did right here, so my next spot is right here, okay? Then I'm going to pinch it. Okay. Give it a good pinch. Okay, so the next one is going to be right here at the top of my cheekbone. So right where the corner of your eye is. So I put my probe right here. And then I take this, and then for me, like some will go all the way like this. Sometimes I like to just go in there and go like this just to give me a little bit more definition on the cheekbone. Right here. But technically, I guess you're supposed to go like this. So let's try it. Okay. I've seen it perform different ways. So I've seen some, you know, go like this, and then I've seen some go like this. I just saw like a Myolift training video and they were doing it like this. So this is the way that we'll do it. But you know, you can play around with what works for you. Like there's people out there that use these probes in different ways. You just want to make sure you become very familiar with the muscles of the face before you do that. Okay, so look at this side compared to this side. Looks really good, huh? It's totally lifted. Okay, so I'm going to drop my intensity back to 375, and I'm going to work this side of my face. And I'm going to do the eyes last, okay? So I told you guys I would do this in real time, so you could follow along if you like, and hopefully YouTube does not put any commercials through it. I have been noticing that they've been sneaking commercials in my videos, which I have no control over. Okay, so this side of the jaw, lift up. Kind of a little bit
harder for me to see on this side. I will be honest with you, this is like my least favorite move with the probes because it's hard for me to get a good grip on the muscle. But if you have the right conductive gel, it will work. Okay, last one. And just remember that you want to hold for the same exact time on both sides. So remember how long you were holding on the other side. So 3 to 5 seconds. I hold for 5, and you can do 3 to 5 lifts. Okay, now you guys can do your chin here to help, you know, lift this area. I don't really notice much from this move, but let's do it anyways. So put one probe underneath here, take one probe underneath your chin, avoiding the thyroid, and then just pinch and hold. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do this cheek, lower part of the cheek. So I'm going to take it up just like that and put this on top. I kind of lost my grip. Okay. Okay. It's kind of hard to talk when you're at this position because you don't want to lose that grip. And once you guys get the hang of this, it won't take you almost 40 minutes to do the treatment like it is with this tutorial. Remember, it takes longer because I'm filming, because I'm talking and giving you tips at the same time. But I can do this whole treatment in like 25 minutes. Okay, starting to even out here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of gel here on my eye socket, and I'm gonna do my cheekbones now. I don't know why I pursed my lips like that. Okay. Okay, next spot. I think this says 4. Okay, and then the last part of the cheekbone, this back one. Okay, evening out like I said, and I'm just going to refresh. Okay, and now we're gonna do the snarl. So this one is a little bit harder for me to do on this side. So one right here on your upper lip, and then one just right at the corner of your mouth right here, and you're gonna go up. So this will help if the corners of your mouth, your lips are turning down. Okay, 2, 1 here at the side of your nose. Make sure you're not touching your nose. And then you take this probe, middle of your chin. When you get to the corner of your mouth, turn up. This is better. That first one wasn't a good grip. I'm gonna do it again because I didn't get a good grip on that first one. Okay, so now I'm gonna increase my intensity by 5 to 380 to work the deeper cheek. So one probe in front of the ear, one here right at the bottom of the corner of my lip. I'm just gonna go deep in there, just like this. Okay, move it up. Put the bottom probe right here at this corner of the lip, and I'm gonna go up just like this. Oops, actually it's a little bit lower than that. I noticed that this really helps, pull this up a little bit tighter. So one at the top of your cheekbone, one here at the beginning of your cheekbone, and then you're just going to go up like that and pinch. Okay. All right, so let's work the eyes. So I'm decreasing my intensity to 350 to work my eyes because my eyes are pretty sensitive to the current. So on your upper eyes here, you could use Educate Level 2. Underneath the eyes, it will be Educate Level 1. So I turned my current down to 350. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take one probe underneath on your the beginning of your brow, the underneath, like on, sort of on your brow bone, and you're going to lift up and then place one on top. Okay, hold for 3 to 5 seconds or longer. You can hold up to 10 seconds if you like. Ugh, my eye's burning. Okay, I think I got this gel is kind of making my eyes sensitive. Or I got some in it. Okay, so after I did the front brow, I'm gonna do the mid brow. Ugh. Oh, my eye. Darn it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the end of my brow. So lift and hold. Now, when you're gripping this muscle, you want to make sure you get it a good grip. So I carry a lot of tension in my brows that I always need to work out. So my lift doesn't last as long here, and that means I need to be more diligent about working out the tension. Okay, so if you don't notice that your lift is lasting as long or you're not getting as good of a lift, there could be a couple of things that you see already in the lift. So it could be you're dehydrated, or you have muscle tension, or you don't have enough intensity. And like, I'm gonna point this out again, just remember with that intensity level, once you feel that muscle twitching, you wanna make sure you decrease the intensity, because muscle twitching is bad because it decreases the ATP, which is the cellular energy, which helps the muscles which results in a longer lasting lift. When that ATP is decreased, the lift doesn't last as long, and you're not still stimulating as much cellular energy, which also cellular energy helps regenerate the cells, build collagen and elastin, and all that lovely, yummy stuff. So we're gonna do the brow lift, okay? So what you're gonna do is you take one at the beginning of your brow, one at the end of your brow, and you sandwich your brow in between. You meet at the middle, and once you meet, you lift and hold, okay? I love this move. Sometimes I hold this for like 8 seconds. So I know some, do it right here at the beginning, do it right here, and they do it right here. That doesn't work for me. This is the one and only move that you should be doing, and that's what Myolift teaches too. Or 70. So this is, you just want to do it here. But however you want to do it, if that works for you, then go ahead and do it. Everyone is different, but I know when they're teaching this move that they don't do it at the beginning, in the middle, and the end of the brow. So this is always a wow move because it's quite a big difference. Okay, so I just got to refresh that gel a little bit. Hopefully my eye doesn't get all twitchy. So I may have to decrease the intensity on this side. It is at 350, which is the normal setting for Educate Level 2, but sometimes I get a little twitchy. So on this eyebrow. So then what I just do is I just decrease the intensity. And that's okay. Sometimes you'll feel it more so on one side than the other. Okay, middle of the brow. I kind of get impatient sometimes when it comes to this part. I'm like, oh, hurry up already. But after when I see how good my skin looks, I'm just like, oh, it was worth it. Okay, so let's do this lift now. So one at the beginning of the brow, one at the end, sandwich the brow in between, meet in the middle, and hold. You want to make sure that your probes aren't touching together, which is very easy for that to happen right here. I love this move. It's my favorite. Okay, perfect. Yay. Okay, so now let's work the under eye area. Okay, so remember you cannot go over 300 microamps in this area. And I always just do educate level 1 and I just increase the intensity a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to do educate level 1 and I'm going to increase my intensity to 185. See how it feels. So you take one probe at the corner of your eye, okay, like where your tear duct is, and then you take one probe here on the outer corner. I need some more gel on both of those, right? So one here and one here, and then you're just going to go underneath your eye like this. And I like to go like about 10 times like this underneath the eye. And these ones you don't hold, you just go really quickly, okay? And it is on educate level 1. I lost count again. Oh well. Okay, hopefully that was 10. So we come over here and do the same thing on this side. And voila, we are done with our Myolift Mini treatment. Yay! So after you're done, you just press run, pause, and then I turn my power off right there. Okay. And the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure you clean off your probes. Now, I do wipe them off, and then what I do is I use Cavicide wipes to clean them further. But there you go, guys. There's your updated Myolift Mini tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration, and I will see you very soon. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah, 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 and have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. Mwah. See you soon. Bye. Whoops. I'm still recording. Ha, that didn't work out well.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day.